Gran Turismo has just released their new Manufacturers and Nations Cup details. It's been a while, as we all know, since we've had anything like this, and having a look at said details, I'm pretty excited, and I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, we're going to have a look at the Manufacturer series. Now this is my personal preference usually, and having a look at this, you're probably going to see why. So to start with, we've got some pretty good tracks. So we're looking at Suzuka, Dragon Trail Seaside, this one's reversed so the Death Chicane is a little bit watered down, Grand Valley, Nordschleife and Barcelona. And we're going to spend quite a lot of time on these good tracks, with each race, apart from one, being at the Nordschleife, which is 10 laps, the rest, there's at least 30 laps for every single race. Which is going to be interesting for some because the damage is on heavy. Now this is for GT1, the highest league. GT2 and GT3 only have light, but this is, well, for me, it's amazing news. So for those that don't know what heavy damage is versus light damage, essentially the damage that you incur does not go away and you have to pit to get rid of any damage that you get. Now this should make things much cleaner out there because both parties, not only the victim but the perpetrator, are both going to have damage that is only going to be fixable if they go into the pits. And pitting for damage is something that may well be happening to many of us. It looks as if dynamic weather is on for many of these races. Looking at the combinations of tyre requirements and tyre wear, we could well be seeing some rain in these races. Round 1 at Suzuka looks like a replica of the one that we saw at the GT World Series in Amsterdam, and if that's anything to go by, because all the top drivers were all over the place when the wet weather came, well, we could be having a few issues. So those are the reasons why I am looking forward very much so to the Manufacturer series coming up. Good tracks, longer races, heavy damage on, and the potential for dynamic weather. But that isn't the only championship to have been announced. The Nations Cup is also about to start. Now there's a little less information available on this series. I do prefer Manufacturers, as I said earlier on, but there's a few nuggets that could also make this a pretty good championship. This one historically forces you to use cars that you wouldn't normally do. There's going to be a variety of different cars and a variety of different tracks. For example, there's one race at the special stage Route X, or the test track. And the race lengths are going to be varied. Now, we don't know the car for this one, but one of the rounds is 12 laps at Deep Forest, but we do know that there is a Group 1, I think it is, race at Le Mans, which is 17 laps. So it's going to be a pretty long one. Also, excitingly, round 5 is yet to be confirmed, which normally means there's some sort of new content coming, whether it be cars, whether it be a track. Either way, something is coming in round 5. So those are the things that I like both in the Manufacturer series and the Nations Cup that are just about to start. But there are a few things that I must say I don't quite like. The first thing is that GT1, the top league, so if you're an A or A+ driver, you'll be in this league. We will be the only ones having these full length races. As a result, the GT1 leagues have only 3 slots, and the GT2 and the GT3 leagues, because the races are much shorter in length, have races on the hour, every hour throughout the day. Now, I'm not quite sure why that is. Are they unsure whether there's going to be everybody finishing the race and people might drop out? Or, well, I don't really know, to be honest. If that is one of the issues, then just increase the lobby sizes like we had before. Go to 20, even go to 24. I think it's time we up these lobbies now. Now, the final thing that I don't like, there's only a few things that I don't like about this because it's mainly positive, but one of the things I certainly don't like is that it's on a Saturday. Now, that is very personal to me because of my circumstance, and I don't really want to be taking too much time out of my weekend, especially early in the afternoon when I could be doing other things with the kids or the wife or anything in general to be racing. But that's when it is. Therefore, we're going to have to do it. Now, speaking of doing it, my participation in both these championships is going to be, well, whenever I can, to be honest. Between now and the end of the season in November, I have family commitments. I've got Veloce stuff going on. I've got ESL R1 stuff going on. So I will do every single one that I can. I anticipate being able to do about half of these, and every single one will be streamed live on the channel. So that's going to be it. Just a quick video from me covering the new Manufacturers Series and Nations Cup, in case you didn't know, and drawing your attention to some of the positives, well, in my view, positives, and the small, because there are a couple, negatives about these upcoming schedules. But these are just my thoughts. Make sure you let me know in the comment section down below what you think of all these new changes. I think they're positive, as I say, but let's see what you guys think. I'm keen to know your views, but all in all, in my view, some pretty positive stuff coming out of Gran Turismo 7. And with that, I will leave you and catch you guys in the next one.